The first thing that struck me about the University of Virginia from the past or just walking on campus is that it's about educating people in the sense of you go there, you get a degree, and a quality degree, but even more than that is to turn a young man or a young woman onto the world that understands what the process is going to be about, which will obviously allow them to be successful. And I think there's no better place that I've seen from afar and now up close than Virginia and its ability to do that. And then having it carry over to the basketball program where you can use athletics as a tool to be successful in your sport, and obviously that's what we're going to do here with basketball, to keep that mindset of having a well-rounded young man who both challenges himself to be the best that he can be on the court, and at the same time receives the education that's going to be necessary for him to be very, very successful in life. My vision for a young man is to have him as a profile be one who has a clear conscience and an understanding about what he wants to be and who and how to get there. From a basketball perspective, one who continues to seek to improve, who never will rest on the things that he has going for him at that particular point, but wants to be the best. And when you have that spirit within you to be the best, then it's easily given to others around you. And then when you face an opponent, they can feel it as well. And so along with having that from a basketball standpoint, to carry it over from an academic or social standpoint as well, to have a thirst for knowledge, to be the best, as I mentioned, that you can possibly be. We live in such a society that is quick and fast, and I mentioned as the fast food generation goes, people want things and they want it now. And when you have that mentality, so many things around you change ever so fast. And so our players have to be about, our system has to be about, and our program has to be about having the ability to adapt to whatever comes in front of us, both on the court and off the court. And I think when you teach young men about that, they're able to use that as a tool to get better because they're not about just one thing. You know, college basketball as it is right now has become about the fan and having them be part of your success. And we talk about six men and things like that all over the country. But here, what struck me the most is that I could, at this time in my career, be linked up with a university with its proud tradition and academic reputation that I think will enhance not only what I'm trying to do here, but will work vice versa in the sense that I think our basketball program will help enhance the university's reputation as well. And with that, to have a team that can continually get better, a team that will, in today's ACC environment, be able to excel. And at the time where, as you mentioned, the success hasn't been as plentiful, I look at it as a great opportunity to be successful, and that we're not carrying the tradition on. We are able to, through our young men, create a tradition of our own. Any good coach has to have good players, and I saw a team that has some talent, and it's going to be up to all of us, specifically me as the director, as it were, to put them in positions to be successful and take advantage of what that talent speaks to. A lot of that has to happen behind the scenes. A lot of that has to happen off the court. We've got to create a healthy enough environment where they know what winning means and how to get there. And in order to do that, they've got to be able to give of themselves to each another, and also to be give to this program the right way. And I think they're willing, as you mentioned, they're really good kids. And so when you start that as a core foundation, you never know where you can end up. Throughout my career, both as an assistant and as a head coach, I've tried to meet the challenges to compete against the best, to prove that I could be among the best. And so whether it was my time in the Big East or my time in Conference USA, I've thought that they've had great programs with great coaches. And now with the ACC and what that means traditionally, and especially in recent past, and some of the successes some of the teams have had, it gives me an opportunity to continue on with my thought that I want to be amongst the best. I want to continue to compete against the best, but most importantly, I want to beat the best. In today's day and age, and coaches kid with one another, and they call it an arms race, and you have to be amongst the teams that competes with an arms race. And so this is the ultimate in arming yourself the right way to be successful. And so when I looked upon it for the first time face to face, it just blew me away. And obviously still being under construction, the massiveness and the potential that it will have to sit right in the middle of campus in a place where the students can feel like it's their home, and as I mentioned before, to be part of the success of Virginia basketball in the future. And I said it to one of our former players when we were saying goodbye, the one thing that I get pleasure from is one day to be at their wedding, to know that I know that they've learned the lessons the right way, that they can be successful husbands, successful fathers, successful people in society. And we've been able to use basketball as a tool to get them there. Through the success of basketball, they can do tremendous things. Basketball has at its core the exposure one needs to do anything that they want. But we're not basketball players, and I'm not a basketball coach as much as we're humanitarians that teach each other about what life has to offer. And I think that's what makes me most proud, is to see them successful in life.